washroom, utility room, not the ironing room. I am currently shoving more laundry on. Gosh, I feel as though I've been in here all day. I'm currently sorting stuff. Sorry, trouser leg annoying me. Well, I am sneaking 5 minutes with some cheese and onion crisps. I feel as though I'm sliding down the universe, just like my phone was then. And I just put the washer on, and I just put the dryer on. It's been a long day. I will be doing dinner very, very soon. Hello, love. I think I might just move into this room permanently, Ryan. It would save time. I know. And I'll be totally on hand to be with the washing machine, because clearly it can't live without me. And the dryer will be bereft if I left it as well. If lightning were to hit that today. What am I making for dinner tonight? I'm taking a wild guess here, but possibly food. Yeah. Maybe a stir fry or something. I don't know. I'll see what I can find in the fridge. I feel incredibly tired. Very, very tired. I've just got in from customers, and I've brought in copious amounts of ironing, of course, and so much washing. It's just, oh, that sounds lovely. Come round to your house for dinner. Look, meat and cheese and onion crisps hiding in the utility room. Doing the washing. Feeling tired. Feeling really grumpy. Oh look, I've got one for you, Matt. A couple are in marriage council, marriage guidance counsellor, and marriage counsellor says to the husband, "What's your wife's favourite flowers?" And he looks at his wife in all seriousness and goes, "It's self-raising, isn't it, love?" There you go. It's hot. I've had 10 minutes to myself. I had 10 minutes to myself all day. Not properly. Anything like properly hiding in the utility room. I just pretend I don't exist. For 10 minutes. Don't mind me eating my crisps either. Just so tired. Feel like a distracted squirrel. I know. I've done that much washing today. And there's people living here that clearly haven't like yet. I feel like some kind of permanently exhausted pigeon. You know, kind of like constantly flying around in circles looking for twigs. But clearly the cat brought in. I've got a thing about twigs at the moment. Keep bringing twigs in. I mean, like, what's he making? A tree house? You know, what does the cat need? Oh. No. I don't know why Monty's collecting sticks. Have you ever known a cat collect sticks? I mean, properly collect them. I mean, what's he collecting them for? I keep finding them though. They're either stuck to his fur, or he's deliberately bringing them in and hiding them under coffee table and stuff, places like that. Now, I ask you, is that normal behaviour for a cat? I suppose I'd better crack on. I've got so much to do tonight, it's not funny. I know, it's just random stream of conscience, and you know, what crazy stuff is she going to think of, like, telling us all about next, you know. It's probably where we come in here and just hang out and do a live stream in the utility room, eating cheese and onion crisps. I'm working out what kind of books we're going to do tomorrow. I'm actually working out if I've got the energy to pick my own book up tonight and read the bloody thing. I mean, I'm really invested in it. It's about killer bunny rabbits. They're running around the countryside of the United Kingdom. They're eating the people that live in Brickley. You know. It's quite good. Psychotic bunny rabbits, you know, when you think about it. Probably the closest movie to it would be the Robert Culp one. I think it was Robert Culp. And it was called Night of the Lepus, or Night of the Lepus. Just giant bunny rabbits jumping around eating people. Quite exciting, really. I mean, obviously not if you're being eaten by the rabbit, but I think it makes for a decent horror. And 3 chapters in, the local town drunk's been eaten by a rabbit. An elderly couple have been eaten by the rabbit. No, not just a rabbit, but lots of rabbits. And then a pet rabbit has been eaten by the rabbits. So I guess they're not picky. How was my day? Lots of ironing. Lots of ironing, lots of washing. Feeding the cat. Doing the dishwasher. Backing up. Finding twigs. Going out to see some customers. Coming back, doing more washing. I'm guessing probably more washing tonight, because you know, I know what you mean. I mean, how hard can it be to create a washing machine that you know, like, hey, washing machine, let's do some washing, and shove the washing in with the soap powder and the liquid, and you know, set it to stun so it does, and then the dryer. I don't use it. You know what the crazy thing is, right? I don't use half the buttons. I'm just talking about washing machines, mate, and the fact that the cat's got a load of twigs. What the cat's building, I bet the cat's building a glider. Now I come to think about it, I bet he's building a glider. Yeah, one of my washing machines used to whistle a tune when it were done. So I switched it off because it were annoying. I can tell when the washing machine's almost done. You know, that is my secret weapon skill. I know when the washing machine is almost finished because it changes the pitch. And if you've listened to a washing machine for as long as I have, you know when it's getting to the end of its cycle, it's got like, and I can guarantee you, I'll say, right, that's got a minute to go, and I'll walk in and I'll look and it says 1 minute to go. I am that good. It could be, yeah. I mean, I never thought of that either. It might not be building a glider. It could just be making something to steal the crane bale. Yeah. Stranger things have happened, mate. Hello. Hello. I don't have a really fancy washing machine. I refuse to pay what they're asking for washing machines. I mean, you know, I was going through a washing machine because of the business that I do. Every 18 months to 3 years, I was getting a brand new washing machine and a brand new dryer. And I absolutely refuse to pay for something really expensive. The most I'll do on a washing machine now, you see, yeah, that's a good idea, but I'm using mine constantly, so I want something cheap and cheerful, because at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they do. They've got a finite amount of life in them, and they're just gonna pop off. And the most I'll spend on a washer is 400 quid, and the most I'll spend on a dryer is 400 quid, because I just cannot justify buying something that's... Exactly. I'll just cycle through them way too quickly. And, you know, I'm using them as well for my own personal use, and as well as, you know, for customers. Fortunately, the washing and the drying is sort of like slowing down a little bit, so I'm not having to do... Well, I wasn't until then. I had all the laundry come home, didn't I? I can't afford to run the business and pay to have an industrial unit. What's the point? I'll be working to pay the rent, and I wouldn't be even covering that. It's much better to work from home. It's just ridiculous. Since Rachel in accounts got in, and she's given us a policy for everything, because, you know, because we need more bloody policies, don't we? No, I couldn't fit one in, because they're massive. You know, you think what an average washer looks like, you know, 10 kilo, 15 kilo, and then you've got your industrial ones that are like behemoths, and they are massive, and there's no way you get them in a domestic house, because I mean, you got domestic counters for a start. You'd have to rip out my entire utility room just to be able to slide it in and then put a counter on top, and it's just not worth it, because again, they've only got a finite life cycle, and they're so expensive, and it doesn't make financial sense to do it. So you might as well buy a couple of Cheetos, run them till they drop, buy another. I mean, they'll pay for themselves over and over and over again. How do you get on about washing machines? It's me, innit? I'm just random. I'm in a random kind of mood tonight. But I just thought I'd sneak in for 10 minutes, and I've been in nearly 15 minutes talking about washing machines. Well, there you go. Blimey, I'm not being awful, but have you seen weather around here in Yorkshire? No. It won't last 2 minutes out here in elements. It'd be rusty as hell. Probably won't turn round. And knowing where we live, it'd probably get nicked. I don't know. I am feeling it today. I'm hanging out here because I'm waiting for dryer to finish. I've got to say, cheese and the crisps are divine. I'm always snacking. I have to get a gold medal in snacking. Exactly. The weather that we have is just pants, you know, followed by not very good. You know, didn't it coat round here? Chain your grandma up and leave her outside, didn't it, Kurt? Oh, I mean, the wood if she wasn't dead, like, you know. Right. Not much longer. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. I know, didn't it coat? Honestly, it's unreal how much. And the worst part about it is that even if you report a crime, they don't even come out these days to just say, oh, well, we know you've had a crime. You know, they just sort of like say, oh, here's your number, give it to your insurance company. Like, that's going to help. I know. Madness. I daren't look. I bet it were awful. I bet there's loads of unsolved horror. Sorry, yeah, it just makes me feel for this country that we're not in a good place. We're really not, and it's frightening. Sorry, I dropped 3.7%. Is that all they've solved? I wouldn't have bothered. And I actually feel sorry for the police as well, because, you know, they've got all these impossible targets to meet, and half the time when something bad's happening, they're like doing the best, but you know, they're not social workers. You know, it's not their job to make sure that everybody's, you know, A-okay, and they have so much to deal with. I just feel really, really bad for them. You know, it's like, how bad does it have to get? How bad? I know, it does. I mean, the statistics, I bet no wonder criminals are like, you know, they're flipping quits in, aren't they? I mean, look at the brazen attitude on the high streets, right? You've got so many barber shops, you've got so many nail bars, and they can't all be raking it in, and yet there's hundreds of them, thousands of them. And every village is exactly the same as the last village. And for what they claim to be taking in financially, it's ridiculous, because how can they be? How can each and every shop and each and every barber shop and a nail bar and all the rest of it, and the vape shops and all that, how can they legitimately say we're making, you know, and the police are powerless to do out about it, and it's awful. It's absolutely awful for them. mean, how many times do you need your hair cutting? Oh, I better crack on with dinner. We can talk about this tomorrow. Yeah, we can vent about the ridiculousness of 14 barbershops for so many, you know. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Take care. See you next time. Yeah, look, we've got something to talk about, haven't we? Take care, Elizabeth Space Node. See you later, love. And bye-bye, everybody else. Bye-bye.